Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and small favorite creatures from Alpha Centauri. I'm doing another short, or in this case, not so short, review of the Parrot Bebop drone. The two things I tested out this time was a Flightplan, which is you give the drone some GPS coordinates and where to point the camera, and it does it. And since the drone doesn't have any microphone, there's just no sound. And I decided not to play some annoying background music, so bear with me, I have to keep talking. I sped up the boring bits with the drone just flying to the target. It's like speeded up 4 times. And I flew it to beside the town where I live in the area, and had it do a sideways tracking shot to see all of the town. It's a very small town, and you can set it so that it always keeps the horizon stable, but I decided to turn that off and really, show how the drone bangs and turns and how it's really flying. I think for me, as someone who has been playing flight simulators for the past 20 years or so, it's just a more natural look, because you see what's happening. It's not the magic eye in the sky or something. And we're now coming to the more or less to the end of the tracking shot, I think. I hope. Yeah, that's okay, there we go. And for the long way back, I had the drone flying backwards, so you can see the town going off in the distance. And basically, when I have to launch and land the drone manual, you can, if you have flat terrain without trees, you can do it all on automatic. But since I don't have any flat areas next to my house, and I have large trees, I have to do it manually. Otherwise, I'll just hang the drone up in the next tree, and that's it, really. Yeah, and then I have it go forwards, basically over my house. Put the camera looking down, and then I take over with the remote control, with the sky controller. Which of course takes me a few seconds fiddling around, and yeah, you can really see there's lots of trees, and also it was a bit windy. You can't really see the wind stuff while the drone is flying, because the camera is pointing forwards, and it does a bit of stabilizing. But when the camera is looking down, it's a fixed camera with the fisheye lens, so the software has to really try hard to get a rectangle image out of a few pixels right at the bottom of the fisheye, and has to dewarp it in real time. That's why you see that the black bars popping up but otherwise it works really well. Yeah, don't clip the tree. Don't clip the tree. Yes. You see, it's there is very few very small space to get it right. And of course this part of the ground isn't flat, so I actually have to more or less fly under the tree to the one piece of a bit of flat area. Okay, I'm putting it down next to the bush. No, yeah, it's one of those where I watch the videos without sound and then commentate. Okay, the next one I do the tracking feature. Yeah, it's called tracking or follow me. That's the ticket. The first mode I used was having the drone more or less keep in one place and just do optical following, so that the drone keeps hovering on the same spot and just turns the camera towards my vehicle. In this case, you can follow persons, you can follow vehicles. It works quite well. So it basically has to decide which part of the fisheye lens it uses to give you a full HD video. Yeah, I'm fiddling around a bit. This was actually my first, or my second tracking shot. The first one I put the sky controller in the vehicle and somehow pushed the button and it just landed the drone. So yeah, but it really works. It's quite a stable platform. It was when I did this, it was also quite windy. So the next one is a dynamic following me from more or less the vehicle, looking down at the vehicle. Come on, Quebec. Okay, why didn't I cut this one up? Oh well, not. Come on. Yeah, it's if you do this alone, it's always a bit fuffing about. You have to set everything up, then you have to put the sky controller to the side, put on the seat belts. So yeah, if you really want to do this nicely, you should have a second person on the second seat who can also watch the phone screen and take over the drone if something happens, or if you run into danger, like the drone coming near a tree or something. But since I didn't have anyone else, I just set it up before I went to the public road, put the sky controller aside, and then drove a bit. I'm only doing a small part because this road goes up the hill, and I was afraid the drone would just keep always the same height I set it up and would crash into the hill. I'm not sure if this happens, but I didn't really want to find out. I have to test it some other time. Yeah, and I'm just going back. Okay. Drone nearly lost me from view, but it recovered quite nicely. It also tracks me with GPS, and it tracks me optically, so if the drone would lose me from vision, it could always try to find me via GPS again. And yeah, and the third shot is here. I had the drone really low and really close to see if it can actually still do the job really close. It's not as perfect as someone manually flying the camera drone, but the follow me feature does a decent job to try to really follow me. And you see, it just lost me optically for a second and does it again, and really picks me up. So it works, and I'm very happy with the Parrot Bebop 2. Okay, that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.